So here we are again. We're looking at Chicago public schools, and it's the penny pinching, the nickel and diming. I just don't understand it when it comes to education. I really don't. So they have a huge budget deficit that they're trying to deal with, and obviously the largest cost for any school district, it's going to be the people, the human resources, and they're cutting they're cutting where they feel it's appropriate. They've cut, and they've definitely cut teachers and teacher assistants and tutors and different things like that. The people who are in there with the kids trying to achieve the mission. And so when you do that, you're going to put more on the teachers that you have left. You're going to put more responsibility on them to try to fill in the gap, to try to serve the needs of students who are behind. And that is a lot. That's a lot to put on teachers while you're steady cutting teachers, assistants, and other people who can help close that gap. Now look at what we're doing. CPS to cut safe passage workers' hours in budget crunch. Workers will be on the street for 30 fewer minutes in the mornings and afternoons, an hour less every day. So obviously you could see what their job is. Their job is to make sure their kids are safe. I remember when I worked in the St. Louis Public Schools district in the city, often I would hear from parents who just on certain days they wouldn't send their kid to school out of concern for their safety, because they were standing outside waiting on the bus when it was dark outside still at different time at certain points in the year. And so that's a legitimate concern. And I think that this is an awesome program that they have put together. Just people out there to just make sure kids are safe. Why would we cut their hours? Safe Passage workers who supervise Chicago Public Schools students as they walk to and from school will see their hours cut this year amid a budget crunch. Ronan Shableski, interim chief of public safety and security at CPS, told Board of Education members at a meeting Wednesday that the program's budget is being reduced, but the schedule changes will help ensure coverage to all 191 schools with safe passage routes. Workers will be on the streets for 30 fewer minutes in the mornings and afternoons, an hour less every day. Safe Passage workers are meant to offer a sense of security to students traveling to and from school. They often break up fights or heed off outside dangers in an attempt to de-escalate troubling situations. This is a good thing. We need more of these people out there for longer. Safe Passage's budget has been scaled back nearly $6 million in the past year as CPS has faced a more than $500 million deficit. And again, who's responsible for this? Who's responsible for watching the budget? Who's responsible for seeing into the future? Okay, let me calm down. Yeah, for seeing into the future and making adjustments along the way, and advocating on behalf of the district that, hey, we need this money back in 2020 because we see a deficit coming. The district budgeted $22 million for Safe Passage last school year, but amended that down to $18 million. This year, the program will cost $16.3 million. I'm a strong supporter of Safe Passage, said elected board member Yesenia Lopez, whose district includes Brighton Park and Archer Heights. It's a program that I can see, at least in the 7th district, the impact it has. I am concerned that the quality and efficiency and how effective it might be given some of these cuts and the number of hours, she said. Lavella Wallace, who has been a Safe Passage worker for 12 years at various schools, and thank you for your service, Miss Wallace, thank you, called the reduction in hours unfair to students and their family. They're not going to have the support out there that they normally have, Wallace said, adding that she worries less supervision after school will lead to more conflicts. The reduction in hours and funding are sure to upset more workers and community organizations, but they've already braced for the possibility of deeper cuts as the district tackles its deficit. Last month, the district cut crossing guards for intersections that exclusively serve private school students as well as many locations that serve public school students. They said that they chose locations in part where safe passage workers could help cross public school students. The budget was the main topic of discussion at Wednesday's board meeting. CPS leaders presented a budget proposal wiping away the deficit through a combination of mechanisms. Those included cuts to operations. Oh yeah, central office. Yeah, I'm sure we got some extra fat up there. Refinancing debt, using reserve funds, counting a philanthropic donation into the budget, and expecting $379 million from the city from a TIF surplus. School boy, and you know what? Speaking of donations, you know what? The city of Chicago. Oh, what do they have? They have 2 baseball teams. They have a basketball team. They have a hockey team. They got an MLS team. We can't go to the owners of these teams and say, "Hey, please help us out." Gosh. School board members said they see the budget as a draft that could change before they vote on the plan August 28th, and we're definitely going to be following that to see what happens there. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, and you know, sadly, what I'm thinking is the people in these communities, these parents, they've got lives, they've got stuff to do. Like, they pay their taxes and they expect the board and other people that are in charge of the district to do the right thing. And so they just don't have time to go to board meetings and do other things to make their voices known. They made their voice known when they voted in these school board members, and now this is what they have. This is so sad. So we'll follow that. August 28th, they're going to have a vote, so we'll have an update on that. So that's the update for the day today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.